I didn't play this gambit, so this is why this is all in brackets. So we just continue with what I actually played, protecting this double pawn. Again, probably I could still have done this gambit over here. What if I played this and then he captures here, and then I play this, and then plays this. No, but it doesn't work now, and the reason why it doesn't work is my queen is on a black square protecting this, and because my queen is on a black square, if she was on a white square, then I could again bring her here and then here, but now it's not working because she's on a black square. She can't directly continue the attack, so no, that wouldn't be smart. Because I moved my queen, that's why I was showing it as a blunder, because I moved my queen, I can't do this whole gambit thing anymore. Anyway, so this was played, threatening. I offered the trade of queens. He accepts. He moves this here. Play this. Again, my pawn is still doubled. It's just doubled on a central square, which I guess is better. Not that much. This knight here is solid, because if he plays the double move with this one, it can be captured en passant. Just saying. But that's not what happened. So I played this, which was excellent, as I said. He plays this, and his bishop will be locked out of the entire game. It's beautiful. So I play my knight here, threatening his bishop. But now look, his bishop has nowhere to go. He can go here or here, but he can't come out. His own pawns are blocking him here, and his pawns are blocking him here. So even though he technically has a bishop, is it really a bishop? You decide. So he moves his bishop back. I capture here. Again, I can play this move only because my rook is protected by this knight. This knight is a monster. He's in enemy territory, and whatever you want to do, you want to stop. You don't want to let a knight get in your territory, because knights, they're hella annoying. Once they get in, you just have to capture something to get them out, otherwise they're a pain in the neck. Trades. Now notice how over here I understood that the importance of capturing with the rook, with the bishop, because if I captured with this, even though the engine does say it's the best, in this case, I would be blocking my own bishop. Apparently it's still the best, but I personally preferred capturing with this. But the reason why is I didn't want to open this up so that his bishop still stays trapped. But later I blunder here. See, now castling makes sense, because there's very little else that was very good that I could play, but here castling just achieves everything. It allows me to control this entire rank while protecting these two pawns. It's just a beautiful move, and that's why I like to do castling later in the game. That's more of a me thing, but hope you guys would agree. Again, the threat is on this pawn, the d3 pawn. I've been saving this pawn, like it was over here, and then I saved it. I've been expending a lot of resources just so that this pawn could get saved. He plays this. I push this. No, actually this was a genius idea. I could play this, This would be the best because it creates 2 pawn islands. Regardless of what he does, he now has 2 pawn islands to manage. I didn't see that. Yeah. Instead, I blocked my own king. That was not ideal. Basically, I didn't want his king getting anywhere near my pawns so that I could get near his pawns. So now this is a closed position in the east. Kind of like the South China Sea. We like to keep it spicy over here. We're both blundering epic style. How are we blundering epic style? Alright. So if I play this here, then he would play this here or here, but you could play it here, and then I could play it here. Why wouldn't he move it here? Why wouldn't he play this? What if he played this? Oh, that check is best actually. Check. King e3. Then bishop to a6. Why would he play that? That would just be dumb. Here he would just sacrifice his bishop. No, what if he played this? Then I play this, threatening, of course, this central structural pawn. Then he can't go here because it's protected by my rook, and basically he loses this pawn. So it creates again 2 pawn islands. One is really weak. So yeah, that would be a good set of moves, which I didn't play. So let's get back to what I actually played. I played this. I was trying to get my king into the game. So was he. I want to point out, at this point in time, unless I did something stupid, I had the game. Because, yeah, we both are roughly equal in material. I'm a pawn up, but that's the double pawn. But even so, his bishop is completely inactive, whereas my bishop is a boss. So we were playing this. He gives me a check. We trade rooks, and now I'm so much better. Like, I have this active bishop, he has this caged bishop, and if things had continued like this, it's definitely in my favor. Like, it's plus 1.46. Like, I have a piece, 1 point and some more as an advantage. Now I push this, then he blunders here. How is this a blunder? If I take an advantage of this blunder, so now his now can't move it here because it would die. But if I were to move my king at some point, a6 would become an available square, but it's still the best because I have more and more passed pawns. Okay, then what would be a good thing for him to do? If this, okay, that's the best, but I'm still completely winning in this one. Alright, how else to continue the attack? The king could come here. Alright, and the bishop could be back to b7. So my king has gained in position where his bishop is exactly back to where it was. Then my bishop moves here. These are like god level lines. I don't even know how they think these are. Why? So it's the engine is suggesting moving this here. Ah, I see. Because if I move this here, if he moves this here, he's threatening this pawn, but at the same, and to liberate his own bishop. But if I move my king to capture, then he captures this. So he basically gets the better of the trade. So why would that be the best move? I genuinely don't see it, chief. No, I don't think moving it here is the best. What if I moved it here? Well, it allows his king to come here. I'm okay with that. To me, that is acceptable. But my king is trapped now. But then I could just play this. And then this king would have to move back towards his original place. And then I could move here. And then he moves this back. It just becomes this repetitive cycle. But what if I played this? This would be a destroy, no? How is that a missed win? Okay, that's interesting. Alright. Now the only thing I'm concerned about is this pawn over here. See that bishop over there, I really don't like. Alright, I think we've gone too deep into theory for one episode. That's not what happened. He pushed this, and this was the move I should have seen, basically. So I played king here, which allowed him to push this, I guess. Yeah, I should have played this, but instead I played my I moved my king over here, and then he pushed this, seizing on the blunder immediately. Now, what should I have played in this position? It's tough to say. What would have been the best move? Bishop captures. Either way, or whatever I move, his bishop now has this entire powerful diagonal, the most powerful diagonal, where his bishop was previously completely caged. So this was the actual blunder by me. If I had decided to push this, boom, I had the entire game in the bag. Then I could have what would I have done? This is actually a very closed position for both of us. If I played this, what would be the best way to continue? Why would he play this line? Alright, apparently if he plays this and I play this, then no, that's not the engine is suggesting. I play this, he plays this, I play this, is this. Basically it involves this happening. And then his bishop targets this, eventually with ideas of taking this one down. I don't know how I'm so far up, even though he has this massive advantage at this point, but that my king has to be over here guarding this square, but I don't know, maybe it will work out. But that's not what actually was played. Actually c5 followed by this capture, which was an inaccuracy. It would be better to capture with my bishop. But anyway, the really dangerous move was this one, because this pawn over here, it's just ready to become a queen. So I have to respond with a pawn push of my own, but it's immediately captured. Then this pawn push makes way for my bishop to move over to here. It's kind of like a distraction. It was the doubled pawn anyway. So even though it does get captured, it achieves my objective. So now if he captures here, I can just, so if he plays this, which I think is what he played, yeah, then I can just play this. Oh, this is so stupid. I could have played this. I should have played this. He would have lost this one. Oh god, no. Sometimes it's just sad. Just is sad. He could play this, and then I could capture here, but then he would have this, and then I would have this as a counter. And okay, I mean, I have lost the advantage here, but at the same time we're equal, whereas in this case he was winning. Yeah, and then he moved this here. I still didn't take the opportunity to move this here, though I could have. I could have still gone this one, and there was no way he could check me out of it because my king was on the black square, but I didn't. So there is that. It do be like that sometimes. Alright, now I guess it's not bad because I have managed to protect all my pawns, but then I managed to blunder that away as well. And now this bishop is in a very nasty position compared to my bishop. Actually, at this point, what if I'd gone like this, and then he would be forced to push this, and then I could have gone like this. What would that achieve? I don't know. It would achieve the protection of this pawn, which you'll see later on is very unprotected. And this is another beautiful blunder, and this is the one that basically costs me the game. So this one, if I'd moved this would have been the best. It protects both of them at the same time, and but what it does most importantly is it prevents this king from moving into here, and without this, that's exactly what happens. Ooh, it's 27 thick minutes. Alright, this one has so much to analyze. I think I'm gonna have to half this one. But anyway, thank you for watching so far. There will be a part 2.